proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks, the leader in off-road shock technology.
Sure, everything's made of something, but time and sweat is what puts it together. And it's that relentless application of effort against the clock that created everything around us. The BF Goodrich HD Terrain Tire is engineered to tackle the extreme situations heavy-duty trucks are met with head-on. Because downtime can't exist when there's a job to do. Time isn't something to marvel at. It's something to be seized. It's a tool we put firmly in your hands. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Hey, Greg Adler here, president of Off-Road Warehouse and part-time off-road racer. Here at ORW, we're not just your typical off-road shop. We sell race parts. Come check it out. We sell everything from FK rod ends, Fragola, PCI radios, and we're even selling direct BF Goodrich racing tires. Check out any one of our 10 Off-Road Warehouse locations. Get you dialed for going down to Baja or anywhere else you play.
Alexander Ford voted Yuma's best for 2023, wants to be your best choice in 2024. Scan this code and look for our manager specials during the Make It a Ford Summer Sales Event. Get a 2024 Bronco Sport, just $28,816. A 24 Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4, just $45,277. And take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months. It's time to own the off-road in a new Bronco Raptor or F-150 Tremor. Alexander Ford, a difference you can count on.
All right, welcome back. We are here once again with your Fishgistics update for 2 p.m., your Monster Energy coverage today. Every hour on the hour, just like we are all races, all the SCORE races. This is the SCORE Baja 400 2024 edition. Hopefully you guys had some lunch. We just finished up our tacos, had rolled tacos, not a regular taco, because tacos aren't as good up here. Like the regular tacos are better in Baja, but then like rolled tacos and stuff I feel like are better up here in the US. So you got to mix it up depending on where you are actually, right? What do you guys think? What do you guys usually get for Mexican food? While we were eating though, we did have our first bike finishers finish. So check it out. This is the actual score tracker right here. Justin Morgan on the 7X is in with a time of 8:46.29. So 8:46.29 is your unofficial bike winner. The only other bike to finish so far is the 11X, and they are in with an 8:51. So about a 5-minute win unofficially for the 7X. Now we do have to check the trackers, make sure they didn't miss any VCPs, speeding penalties, all that stuff. This is all unofficial, but that is SCORE's timing that you're looking at right there on the screen. So he's going to be in with it, like I said, a 5-minute or so win for the 7X, and the 11X is the only other bike to finish so far. We haven't had any quads finish. So that is a look at your bikes and quads. You can see they are in the transit section now. The real finish is over here at Rancho Nelson. This is just the road section, transit back into town. Doesn't count for anything. So that's what was going on there. We also just heard from Rob McCachran that picture he was showing us last hour update was actually a cracked swirl pot. It's the swirl pot for the engine for the radiator water. So that's what it was. They're trying to JB weld it up to try to get it fixed. Otherwise, all your radiator fluid is leaking out of that. That's obviously no good when you're leaking radiator fluid, because then your engine's going to blow up if you leak all your fluid out, right? So definitely not good for the number 11. But that's what they're trying to do right now. They're in the pit, and he's going to get some tri-tip cooking there. I think he said as well something about mentioned something about tri-tip, which sounds good at this point probably for Rob Mack. All right, leading right now and headed out over the crossover road is the number 46, Toby Price. Toby Price out front physical, followed by Bryce Menzies second physical. We got Alan Impudia third, Christopher Polvardi fourth. Then we have the 1L Gustavo Badosola Sr. with Ricky Johnson still in there, I believe. I don't think Ricky was getting out here. Actually, we'll clarify that. If anybody knows where Ricky was getting out, I forgot to ask him where he was getting out. So if somebody knows where Ricky's getting out in the 1L, let us know in the comments here. My guess would be either right here at 208 or over here maybe at 240, somewhere down on this section. But let us know what you think. Or 240's up here actually. So let us know when Ricky's getting out. Maybe 290. I don't know. Somebody out there's got to know. That's the only one we don't know. Justin Lofton is behind him. Cameron Steele, that is Josh Daniel in there until 205, which is right where they are now. So Josh Daniel is out of that truck. Cameron Steele is in the truck. So Cameron and Cody are in the truck now. Tavo Badosola, he's doing the whole thing. Tracy Graff is going to be getting in. That is Bean that started. He's going to go to mile 240. So Bean is still in the number 58 truck there. Behind him, we got Ruben Torres and then some more down here. This is a highway transit section here. So if you're looking at the thing, wondering why everybody's doing 60 miles an hour or less, because that is a speed limit on the highway right here. So speed limit section there. You won't see these guys doing 60.3. That's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're not allowed to go over 60 on this section or you get a penalty. That's what's up there with the leaders. Let's see, where's Robbie? So yeah, a few people asked. Robbie Gordon was actually going to race this race with Max Gordon was going to race it in Clyde Stacy's number 5. They did not race at the last minute. However, they did send a Ford freaking Ranger down there to go off the start line and get them a starting spot so they're allowed to qualify at the Baja 1000. So that means that Clyde Stacy and the RPM team are coming back with Max Gordon, Robbie Gordon for the Baja 1000 this year. So that'll be cool to see them back at the Baja 1000. That's why you might have seen a number 5 on the entry list. And it was a Ranger, a Ford freaking Ranger that went off the line and took the start for them earlier. Kevin Thompson, we got Tim Herbst here, and that's your second place legend right there is the 19L right now. Now, let's go look at Class 1. We're going to zoom in a little bit here and find our first Class 1. So, it's been a battle between Cody Parkhouse and Kyle Quinn right here in the 138. That is actually John Herder that's been driving that car off the start. So, John Herder is going to drive to mile 200, which is just up there on the highway, and then Kyle Quinn is going to get in that car at that point. So the 127 out front, but Kyle Quinn, John Herder keeping them honest there. You can see Rob Mack is right here. They're trying to JB weld it. We have Brennan Gaughan in third. And then here we go. Look at, we got our spec trucks have already passed some more of the 1 cars. So we have Stephen Beal. That is Sean Geiser driving that truck. So Sean is actually driving to mile 205. So Sean Geiser is still in the truck as of right now. Followed by Thor Herbst. And that is Thor driving to mile 200. And then Pierce Herbst is going to get in that truck and take that truck to the finish. Then we have, we got Jorge Zampatero here in 297. Bryce Swaim, 294. And then Cody Reed, that's going to be your 4th place Class 1 car. They've definitely had some issues because now they've gotten passed by about 5 spec trucks. I think they had a couple flats earlier, but they seem to be going okay now. The Jordan Brenthal, Abdali Lopez entry is here. And then a couple other ones there. Mike Walser had a broken front drive shaft earlier. They were able to get it fixed and got it going again. Somebody says, Herbst just had a long pit. They had barbed wire. They had to cut off the rear axle with a grinder. Well, that's never good. That's never good. That means somewhere they blew a corner and went through some barbed wire. So that might have been some exciting footage also. There's so many people with the live stream now. It's hard to watch all of them. There's like 30 people that have Starstream systems this race, or more maybe, and it's impossible to watch them all. I've been trying to watch some of them. Christopher Polvardi's stream has been working pretty good all day. The Herbst feeds always work really well. So yeah, it's always fun watching those guys. Here's Max Eddy. So Max Eddy did hold off all of the spec trucks. He made it first to mile 100 earlier. Then he went to 114, got a flat, and got passed by a bunch of spec trucks while they were doing the flat tire change. But he's been holding his own. He's not bad. He's in 5th place, I believe, in Class 1 right now. Not too far behind the 168. That's the next car that's going to be in front of him. They're at 174. And he's at 167, so he's only about 7 miles behind the next Class 1 car. I don't know if he's going to be able to make up any time. Just updated again. Yeah, 175, 167. Yeah, it was 8 miles behind him. So he's got a car there, but he doesn't really have any pressure behind him. He's just going to have to keep it smooth and see where they can where he can get it up to for the overall. The Class 10s, let's show Class 10 because they're going to be next. So Class 10, Dale Eberts here. Dale Eberts is showing in first, but it's been neck and neck all day. The 1000 car Francisco has been right there with him. They've only a couple miles separated both of these cars for most of the day. So really good racing going on in Class 10 between first and second. And then third and fourth are having a good battle too. You got Bruce Yee here, and then Mateus in the 1002 car. They're battling it out. Bruce was up front a little while earlier today, but right now he's not anymore. Now, Pro UTV, let's go look at them. The Pro UTV class, where is it? I can't even find it here. Pro UTV Open, there it is. So Caden McCachran had a pretty good lead earlier. It looks like he has given up a little bit of his lead, though. It hasn't updated for 2 minutes, so he is going to be a little bit farther in front once it updates. But Caden McCachran's still in front of Brandon Sims and Mitchell Alsup. So both of them, we got Caden McCachran in the SCI Factory Pro R there. You got Brandon Sims in his own program, Pro R. And then you got Mitchell Alsup in the Can-Am Maverick R there. So 1, 2, and 3 are right there. And then we have Wayne Matlock, and also in a Pro R, in 4th. And then we have Craig Scanlon, another one of the SCI cars, in 5th. So that's your top 5. Comes back to Kristen Matlock. So Wayne Matlock is once again currently beating his wife going on right now. Then Kristen is back here. We have Oscar Alvarez back here, and then Brock Heeger. They had to change a rear shock on that car in the pit earlier. And then Cameron Steele. I don't know what happened to, let's see, Justin Smith and Justin Lambert. They're having a little bit of issues, it looks like, or just coming along. Mike Caffro back here. Elliot Watson coming back. I was trying to find, where is Brandon Walsh, Gabe Matthews. So they had some problems. I was trying to find Ryan Connery and Gabe Matthews. They're a ways back. They must have had some issues with the car. They're in the back of the pack now. But that's what's going on there. All right, the Pro UTV forced induction class. This is the turbo class, and Phil Blurton is just walking away with this. He did the same thing at the Baja 500, if you guys remember, and then he actually literally ran into some spec trucks, I think it was, and that didn't work out well. It kind of ended his day. He got hit by one too. He got sandwiched in between some, so that wasn't very good. But once again, Phil Blurton, I mean, he's working everybody in his class right now. He is stepping away from everybody. We got Rodrigo and Pudia. Okay, he's making up time because when we first looked 2 hours ago, I think he was in 6th position. Then he was in 4th position last hour. And look at now, he's all the way up to 2nd place. Rodrigo's always fast. So the question is, can Rodrigo run down Phil Blurton on time? Because remember, it's not physical, it's on time. So we'll look at that in a second. Eric Kozin in 3rd. And then we got Edgar Garcia in 4th, 5th, and Mark Burnett in 6th. That's a look at your Pro UTV forced induction class. Let's look at the stock UTV class because there's 12 of them. Kind of a good race earlier. We got Francisco Beltran in 1st, Caden Wells and Emma Cornwell in 2nd. They're moving up. They weren't in 2nd earlier, so cool to see that. And then we got George Cano here. We got Diego in 4th, and then ND Chavez in 5th. So that is what's going on there. And then we have, let's see what else. Let's look at Class 11 real quick. And I want to look at some times because the timing is what really matters. Just, are the Class 11s moving? Okay, we got Oliver Flemente's moving again. Perfect. At 48 miles an hour. And we have Eric Sloranzo is also moving at 5 miles an hour. So they're both moving. Good. That's all we care about in Class 11, as long as they keep moving. So going back to the front, like we said, Toby Price is out front. Bryce Menzies 2nd. Alan Impudia 3rd. But let's go look at the live splits. We're going to turn this back over to trucks. Let's see if we got some more splits, and we do. All right, So split times. This is sector 3 right here. Get that out of the way for a second. This is mile 196. So at mile 196, Bryce Menzies is winning by 46 seconds. So you can see he made up, he put 5 seconds from the last time, which was at 142. So in about 50 miles, Bryce Menzies made up 5 seconds on Toby Price, put a bigger lead on him. And then we have in third, we got Alan and Pudia. So Alan is physically third and he's third. And then Christopher Polvardi is fourth and he is physically fourth as well. You can see right there. So he is 5 minutes and 37 seconds off, and Ampudia is 2 minutes and 2 seconds off the lead. So it's really close between these three. I mean, 5 minutes is close too to Christopher. However, lately we've seen races come down to seconds. So you can see it's really Bryce Menzies. I mean, even a 2 minute gap, that's kind of a lot nowadays for these races. We've seen less than, mostly like this right here, less than a minute between them. So it's Bryce Menzies versus Toby Price at this point. Don't get me wrong, Alan Apudi and Christopher Polvardi are not out of it by any means, but it's going to be hard for them to make up that much time on these guys if neither of these guys have a problem. So it's going to come down to Toby Price and Bryce Menzies right now, is what it's looking like at the halfway point in the race. Halfway, we can obviously have anything happen. And speaking of halfway, so they are at mile, let's see what mile they are now, 234. So they're a little bit past halfway. We're a little bit past 2. So my initial guess of around 5 o'clock for the first finisher is looking pretty good still. I think I'm going to stick with that because some of the second half of this course gets a little slower, especially when you get to kilometers 77 and after the goat trail area. Up in from basically from the goat trail back to the finish is really slow and tight and technical. So I'm thinking 5 o'clock is what we're still looking at for a finish time here. And yeah, they are starting to catch some of the bikes. So look, see, this is a sportsman biker here. He's at 0 miles an hour, luckily, but they haven't had to deal with traffic yet. You can see there's a few bikes and quads here that they're going to start catching soon, but really this isn't that bad. Like most of the bikes and quads, you can see they are up here quite a ways ahead still. So not too much problems with bikes or quads yet for the lead cars, which is good because we never like to see bikes and quads versus cars and trucks. It doesn't work out very well for the bikes and quads most of the time. So I think that's your update for this hour. If you guys are looking for something to do in between our updates, go over here, go to the SCORE YouTube. This is SCORE YouTube. They're scrolling between all the different live feeds, all the Starstream live feeds. They got everybody. You can see there's Richard Faint right there. I don't think that was a Class 7 car. That looked more like a buggy to me, so that might have been the wrong label. But there's Wilson's coming by. So there goes one of the Wilsons coming by. But go watch that in between our updates, and then come back here every hour on the hour, just like you guys always do, and we will keep you guys updated. It's 2:20 right now. We'll be back at 3 o'clock with your next update here on Fishgistics. So we'll see you in just a little bit. Somebody said Rob is not out making repairs. Yeah, Rob's not out. He's going to keep going. They're just trying to fix the radiator catch can, basically, is what little swirl pot is what's got a crack in it. They're JB welding it right now. So you should see the 11 start moving again pretty soon once they get that fixed. All right. See you guys at 3 o'clock for your next update.